All right, the time is 5:45. We will be starting the Community Development Committee meeting for July 20th, 2026. The time is, again, 5:45. Can I get a roll call, please?
Alderman Donnerworth. Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Martinez.
Present.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
And Chairman Felix.
Present.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. Line item 1C, motion, can I get a motion to approve the minutes for the regular Community Development Committee meeting of July 6, 2026?
So move.
First by
Second.
Alderwoman Bolton.
Second.
By Alderman Donnerworth. Can I get a roll call?
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
All right.
Alderman Hayes. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Chairman Felix.
Aye.
Motion carries, sir.
All right, we have on line item 2, audience time. Do we have anyone from the audience that would like to address any of the items on the agenda? Anyone from the audience? There are none. Going to move on to line item 3, old business, 3A. Can I get a first and a second? And this is a motion to direct the Waukegan Police Department to issue requests for qualifications from licensed towing companies.
So move.
I second.
First by Alderman Martinez, second by Alderwoman Bolton. And any questions? Alderman Guzman.
Okay, I'm not sure if the stuff has changed, but there was a couple of things that I have concern over. Number one concern is the mileage for residents to go pick up their vehicle after being towed. I think it was at 15 miles. I think that is totally insane for somebody lose their vehicle and then have to go pay $50 just to jump on an Uber to go pick up their car.
Okay.
It's just crazy.
So,
And then, not only that, I have a huge problem with actually staff deciding on who to call or who not to call for the towing. It needs to be specific and to the point. They need to be directed on who to call and who not to call, because then you get into the problem of favoritism. How about if this person gets called more than the other person, and then it becomes a whole scandal? So that needs to be taken care of also.
okay.
And then the last problem I have is how many, well, I have two more issues. How many tow companies are going to be there? I mean, you can't pick like 15 people to be in charge of this. It has to be like 2 or 3, and then they could subcontract it to 2 or 3. And maybe that covers the whole city and covers all the city needs. And last concern is also the minorities need to have a piece of it, even if they don't have direct, but they have to have indirectly. So basically, if let's say 2 companies get picked or 3 companies get picked, at least 20% or something like that, 30% of the business must go to a minority company.
All right. And just to address those few things, I know the 15-mile radius, that's something that we were going to discuss today, because I do agree as well. That's kind of far, and we have to have some language in here, I believe, to state whether if they're not within the 15-mile radius, then if they can come to Waukegan to drop off the vehicle. Now, I want to make sure we can take this out of committee. We can vote this out of committee and make the adjustments so we have it ready for the next regular council meeting. If we can do that, that'd be great. That would, because I think we're pretty close to getting exactly what we're looking for. In terms of the new language that was sent was, in terms of the minority companies, we put in some information on there that certain tow companies, they get some points based on if they meet other, what do you call those? Director. If you can, Noel, if you can help me out with this, I know we discussed. I met with Noel to discuss in terms of what an RFQ is. Can we go over what we discussed in terms of the points and why that would be a better way to go about?
Sure. What we talked about was, when scoring an RFQ, and I wasn't speaking specifically to this one necessarily, but one of the ways that you can show preference for certain types of things is to have extra points in your scoring for that type of thing. So if you want to have the owner of the business be a Waukegan resident, you can give extra points for that. If you want them to have a percentage of employees that live in Waukegan, or a percentage of minority, or if you want to have, the minority business, or minority business enterprise, women's, disabled, veterans, all of those, you can give extra points for those kinds of things, so that it's a level playing field in terms of qualifications of the business otherwise, but then you're saying, well, if it's otherwise equal, we'll pick a Waukegan resident owner over somebody who lives in, Schaumburg or wherever, that type of thing. So you can use your points in your scoring for selection to address that.
Okay, perfect.
Hold on, I believe Alderman Hayes had his hand up, Alderman Felix.
Alderman Hayes?
Did you finish your thought? I didn't want to interrupt
No,
you.
I have one more.
I meant Chair Felix. Did you finish your?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So concern I have is on par with what you guys are saying about the 15-mile radius. That's as Lynn had said, Kenosha. I just searched for 15-mile radius to Waukegan, and you're going as far north as Pleasant Prairie, as far south as Lake Forest in some instances, and there is no reason that any Waukegan resident should be going that far to recover their car. I don't see how you assign a number in terms of a radius. It would just feel arbitrary unless you just make the requirement in town. Just make it
Within
so
city
that
limits.
the yard has to be in town. It has to be in the city of Waukegan. And to me, that just seems like it's the most fair to the residents, and it's the easiest for us to decide. Otherwise, we could sit up here all night and bicker whether it should be 7 or 15 or 9.5 or whatever the case may be. Then we start getting into carve-outs, knowing us. So I would just suggest we make it easy, we make it clean. It has to be within Waukegan city limits.
Okay. Thank you.
Aye.
Chief May, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I
before?
just want to say that I spoke with Corporation Counsel on this, and the 15 miles, I think, was put in as potentially maybe stock language. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to get into but yes, we're going to make it city limits as requested by the alderman. That totally makes sense, and yeah.
Thank you. Alderman Martinez and Alderwoman Florian.
Yeah, from my understanding, Chair, we're just requesting, this is a request for qualifications, right? So it seems that, we have all these wonderful ideas. It's like we're up here creating a handbook. So I'm sure they're all great ideas. I'm just wondering why all these came out now. Is it something that, was there a meeting, or is there, can we look more into and then come back and say, hey, this is what we want, or qualifications? Because it seems that we're throwing so many wonderful ideas, but it's like it's almost like creating a handbook up here when we should already have this starting order of what we want and what we don't want.
So this is to discuss, because we had this in a community development meeting 2 weeks ago. So we discussed what was on there, and then we had some concerns. We went back. I met with, the reason why I met with Noelle is because she has done other RFQs, not for this specific thing, but I just wanted to get an idea what a good RFQ looks like. So I added all the concerns from Alderwoman Florian and the other concerns that I heard from that meeting, and this is the result of that. Now, we're here to discuss those changes and see if there's anything else. But again, we can push this to the regular council meeting with any additional changes that we're looking for. Alderwoman Florian?
Well, I'll defer to Alderman Bolton since she's on the committee, and then you can come back to me.
Well, I was just trying to gather my thoughts. I'm not negating any of those comments, and I want to be considerate. But say, case in point, I have an Acura, and the closest Acura dealership is all the way in Deerfield, almost, Lake Forest. So if I had to tow, and I've had to tow my car before, so I'm concerned about the restriction of mileage, but I'm open to suggestions, but I was just thinking out loud.
In terms of that,
That's different. This is about storing the vehicle. Like if you get in an accident and they have to tow it and store it, we're asking that they store it within the city of Waukegan, that you don't have to go 15 miles to get your car after it's been towed for an accident or a parking violation or a DUI or whatever the situation is. We want you can tow your car as far as you want. It's not, we're saying you can't tow it 15 miles. We're saying we won't authorize them to tow it that far in a situation where your car is being towed.
Thank you for clarity. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Alderwoman Florian.
I'm great to hear the whole 15 miles we all agree on. I think one thing that will make this maybe a little clearer for Alderman Martinez, this is the RFQ. Once we get the qualification back, then we'll come up with a contract that they actually sign. So that's more the handbook you're talking about. This is just getting this out to the public. These are the things we need. We need you to be insured. We need you to have the proper equipment. We need to protect the city. We need to lower the price. No one's mentioned that. And then when people say, okay, I'm willing to be one of your possible vendors, then we pick who we want, then we have them sign a contract. That should be the process here.
Alderman Guzman.
All right, well, I was going to mention the price also. And the second thing is I believe if you're going to have a contract or go into contract with the city, I think if you get towed on a Friday, you shouldn't have to wait till Monday to pick up your car. So if you get towed on a Friday, Saturday it should be open or you should not be charged.
That was in the contract. It's in there.
It shouldn't, yes. I definitely want that because you shouldn't have to be charged $50 for one-day storage and not pay $50. You have to pay $300 or $400 or whatever the price is because they're not open. It is not our fault. It is not the resident's fault or any other person's fault that they're not open, and they should not charge if you're not open.
One thing that I did want to address here that I would like to change, at least for you, with you guys, is it says provide minimum of 5 municipalities served by your firm. If we want to open this up to businesses or towing companies from our city, that I believe that limits some of the tow companies that we're able to choose from, and that kind of limits minority participation. So with that, if you guys are okay with it, we would just be open for towing companies that meet the other criteria, the minimum reference to municipalities. I'd like to take that off.
You could just say, perhaps, provide all municipalities serviced, and then we'll know if they've serviced 5 or 7, 10, or 1.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that too. Okay. And this is being recorded, so we can always look back and make sure those things are added. Any other questions?
I have one more question, I'm
Alderman
sorry.
Hayes.
With respect to the point system that was referenced earlier, is that something we're deciding on tonight? Okay, all right, I just want to make sure, because I have some thoughts around that, but I want to just explore it a little bit more, but I don't want to hold this up any longer.
Okay, perfect. All right.
I just wanted to make one comment on some of the questions that have come up or comments around pricing. I spoke with Corporation Counsel, and I think he has some information there as it relates to an RFQ.
Yes, sorry. So after we reviewed this and the firm reviewed this, pricing would have to be its own ordinance. It can't be within this RFQ. So, because we would be setting, which you guys can absolutely do, but it would need to be its own ordinance setting the tow prices. You could go into depth which tows are how much, but it all would need to be in its own separate ordinance.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you said it's a separate ordinance if we set it, but if it goes up for bid, don't they are the ones who set, and they're the ones who would set the price? So let's say one company will say, okay, so I'll tow everybody within the city for $150. And somebody else will do, I'll tow everybody within the city limits for $185 or $225. Wouldn't they be setting their price? Or how we're,
So right now, there is, it's just a tow, essentially a tow list, and that's how the state statute is written this is from the Illinois Constitution also, how tow rotation lists go for the police department. In it is not, since it's not a bid, we're not actually giving money to these tow companies. All this is telling the tow companies, we will use you So that benefits them. And then the city, the police department specifically, has people that can respond to these traffic stops. So this is all would fall under police operations. And so it just benefits both parties, but there's no finance going to either one. So with that, it would, at the moment, there is no contract setting prices, so we don't have an ordinance in place to do that. Right now, it's purely just we call you, you show up, both parties are happy. But we can go more than that, and that would have to be through an ordinance. So right now, they set their own prices.
I thought it was going to go out for bid. So when you go out for bid, basically, different tow companies would come in there and says, I'll do the tow for 150, 185, 225, and then we choose which one would be best for the residents and whoever visits the city of Waukegan.
This is different.
told.
It's a request for qualifications. So we're saying, we need these things. We need you to have insurance. We need you to have equipment. We need you to have a yard in the city. We need these things. Now we're setting it out and saying, who has these things? And they're going to come back to us and say, I have these things.
And then
This is not a bid yet.
Okay.
So
perfect.
we'll talk about price, once we get the contract, then as he said, we can create an ordinance that sets the price.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
All right, so that closes out the discussion. I will be sending out an email to all the aldermen. If you guys please respond, anything else, any additional things that you guys want to add, that we can have this ready for the next committee meeting. And
I thought you said it was going to go right to council.
oh, I'm sorry, the next council, which is, okay. So again, I will have this, if you guys could please respond and be part of the conversation so we can make sure everything's buttoned up for us to vote on. And can I get well, we did get a first and a second, right? Can I get a roll call?
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Chairman Felix.
Aye.
Your motion carries, sir.
All right, line item 4A. Can I get a first and a second for a resolution authorizing the city officials to execute necessary amendments to the development and host community agreement and associated documents between the city of Waukegan and FHR Illinois LLC?
I so move. I so
First
move.
by Alderman Donnerworth, second by Alderwoman Bolton. Any questions?
I got, just real quick.
Alderman Hayes?
Alderman Turner does this sometimes, and it drives me a little bit crazy. But I think for the benefit of the public, can we get an overview of what some of the changes that are being made, or at least the bigger ticket items, just for the benefit of anybody who may be watching?
Okay, yes. If you could simply, please introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Dan Lee. I'm the CEO of Full House Resorts, who owns American Place. And we're in the early stages.
I can hear you. It works
Oh,
this
that way, okay. They're testing the dirt now so that when the bulldozer starts moving it around, we don't find there's a polluted pile somewhere and then we pollute everything. And then we'll be moving the bulldozer and so on. But in the meantime, we're arranging all the bank financing we need. That's a good excuse to get through all the paperwork and make sure everything's right. And we realized that the agreement we have with the city was drawn up at a time when we didn't have the 10 acres opposite Walmart, and we didn't have a temporary casino on the site. And it actually has a picture of the whole casino facing the other direction. And we said, well, we need to fix this because the city approved, you all approved last September, a different site plan. And we said, well, we have the awkward spot where there's an exhibit to this agreement that doesn't agree with what we're building and what you approved. And so we're fixing that. And then as we were fixing that, there's some little things like it said 4 full-service restaurants, and we now have 3 full-service restaurants and a food hall. And the food hall has several outlets in it. So there's little tweaks like that. But the principal thing that caused us to say we need to cross the T's and dot the I's on this was the whole building was facing the other way. The building's essentially the same building, but it twisted 90 degrees. So, does that answer your question?
does.
There's a total of 7 things. The big one was really the building was facing the other way. It said we should tear down the temporary casino. We
Yep.
intend to use that, and we realize now that it's the size of 1.5 football fields. Once we've removed the slot machines, we're gonna see if we can attract like boat shows and exhibits and stuff that might be able to use it, because it has bathrooms, has life safety, has heating and air conditioning, so we think we can use it as exhibit space. So we've asked to give us 5 years from the opening of the permanent for us to try to find a use for that and see if, obviously, if we can't get people to use it, then there's no reason to keep it, but we think we can get people to use it.
Yeah, I agree. As it relates to, there's no changes being made to the facade that we had previously approved, other than potentially an entrance for the food hall, right?
Faces a different way, and there's,
Yeah.
yeah, and the food hall's there, but it's essentially the same facade. Looks
Okay.
like Frank Lloyd Wright-ish.
Yeah,
system.
prairie style is what we stuck with. I know that there were some changes to that. Okay, that's all really helpful. There was nothing in here that was a red flag for me. I just wanted everyone to have the benefit of hearing about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's good to ask.
So
I was debating
appreciate
whether I
that.
should say anything, but somebody said, you probably have the vote, so just shut up. So thank you for asking.
I think that's still fair, so you're good.
I'm sorry?
The dates.
Well, oh, yeah, that's right. There's some performance dates in it that it's supposed to be open by. But when we were sued by the Potawatomi, it started force majeure, which put everything on hold. Potawatomi lawsuit was resolved some time ago. So the dates are a little uncertain because it's not quite sure how long it was told for the force majeure. But meanwhile, we had gotten extensions from the state on how long we can operate the temporary. And the rules are a little different. The state is concerned on how long you can operate the temporary. There isn't anything in the state law about when we have to open the permanent. The city agreement had us opening the permanent. We want to open the permanent and move everything smoothly from the temporary. So we just said, let's put the dates together so it comes at the same time. And it's probably 6 months later than we need. Takes about 2 years to build, and we have, under the state law, until February of 2029. So,
Okay.
so that was the dates, and I think that was significant. Twisting at 90 degrees was significant. It had in it 1,500 slot machines, and we're planning to open with 1,250. Frankly, the slot machines don't gamble, people gamble, and we think 1,250 is enough. If we need more, we have ways to add more. So,
Okay, that's all very helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions? Can I get a roll call?
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez. Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Chairman Felix.
Aye.
Your motion carries, sir.
All right. And line item 5, reports and communications. There are none. Can I get a first and a second to adjourn?
Motion.
First by Alderman Donnerworth, second by Alderwoman Bolton. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned at 6:11. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and dispense with your private conversations. This time we are going to call to order meeting of the Waukegan City Council's Public Works and Infrastructure Committee. Mr. Granger, please, sir, if you will. Thank you. Commissioner, Alderman Martinez. Roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Present.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Present.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Present.
Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Newsom.
Present.
Have a form quorum, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. Opening items, item B, I'd like a motion for approval of minutes from June 15th, 2026 as presented. Is there a motion?
I second.
Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman
Guzman.
Guzman. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Audience time. Any member of the audience would like to address this committee regards any item on the agenda for this meeting? Going once, twice, 3 times, and gone. Item 2, no old business. Item 3, new business. Item A, if you will, I'd be pleased to have your motion for a resolution approving a 1-year extension of the advertising transit shelter agreement for 3001 Grand Avenue.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Newsom,
Second.
second by Alderman Donnerworth. Any questions?
Yes, I do.
What's your question?
Why only 1 year if it's a bus shelter?
That's all he asked for.
They don't want to put it permanent or
They
anything?
do 1 year at a time.
Oh, okay.
That's standard.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, if you think about it, it probably works out better. I mean, what if we want to change something? We don't want to wait 3-5 years, 1 year. All right, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B. It'd be your pleasure. I'd like a motion for a resolution approving the utilization of Dukes for route control services for a 3-year time period per section 2-2-458 subsection I, subsection 1, subsection sole source for an amount not to exceed $40,000 per year. Dukes is the sole source, meaning they're the only ones that do it. They have the technology and they have the skill to clean and clear routes from our sewer systems, right? So, and we've used them for many years because they're the only ones. So that's why it says, that's why it's presented as a sole source and not a bid. All right, so if I can have a motion.
So move.
Motion by Alderman Guzman,
Second.
second by Alderman Donnerworth. Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all. All right, item C, I'd like a resolution approving roadway striping services by Precision Pavement Markings Incorporated per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 3, subsection joint purchasing with the Lake County Division of Transportation annual restriping contract for a not-to-exceed amount of $43,873.38. So the county is got this bid out. They've engaged a contractor to go out and do street restriping in the area near to Fountain Square. So what we're going to do is just tag on. They're going to be out there anyway, so we're just going to ask them to go right ahead and move on the city streets and do the restriping for traffic control lanes and directors and such. Okay. All right, if I could have a motion on this one.
I have a question.
Alderman Guzman and Alderman Newsom.
And then I
And
have
if there are any questions?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, why don't we go on a contract to do this on a biannually or every 3 years so we can keep up with this? I mean, this is a place where it makes a huge amount of money, and we should be keeping these prestige conditions.
So the reason why we are taking it this year is for safety reasons. The area near the Fountain Square area, the existing pavement markings are degraded. The county reached out for some time now and actually have notified us that if at any time we do want to go ahead and participate in their program, that we can.
Oh, perfect.
It just has to be an arterial street, or it has to be a big street. But typically, we have our own trucks that do that work. Right now, at this time, that truck is down.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Motion
All
carried.
right, motion carried. Item D, like a motion for a resolution approving the purchase of a 2017 Vactor from EJ Equipment Incorporated for a not-to-exceed amount of $245,000 per Section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 7, good faith waiver. The Vactor equipment is like one of those big vacuum trucks that we use to clean out our sewers and storm drains, storm sewers and whatever sewers. And it's 2017. I don't know what do these things cost new, Chris? They got to be like 700 or so.
Yeah, they over $500,000.
They're over $500,000. So we're getting a used truck. It's about 9 years old and $217,000.
I so move.
Motion by Alderman Guzman. Second by Alderman Donworth.
Doesn't it say $245,000?
245,000.
245.
Isn't that what it said? It's a 2017. I may have. Thank you for the correction, regardless. All right, so if there are no other questions, I'd like to have a roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right. Item E, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving an agreement with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilley per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 4, subsection professional services for engineering services for the water main extension at Waukegan National Airport for a not-to-exceed amount of $54,100. This is related to the runway extension and movement of that runway. So the longer runway, they need water to get further down the line in the event that there's a disaster. And, you know, they had a big truck that can go out there, but they also have a water main, fire sprinklers. And that's what this is for. May I have a motion, please?
So move.
Also, motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Donnerworth. And questions, if any? Calling on Alderman Florian.
You knew I was going to have a question, didn't you? Thank you for acknowledging me. I see our friendly waterman coming. I'm just curious, I mean, we've taken some heat on this whole airport thing recently. Why isn't this included in their package of redoing the airport? Like they've been telling us, oh, the FAA is going to pay for everything. Oh, you know, we've got this under control, blah, blah, blah. How come we, as in Waukegan taxpayers, have to pay for this part of the project?
Because this is to do with the airport property, so they need FAA approval for us to run the water main through the airport.
Our water main.
Yeah, but it's not our property, so yeah, so we have to get approval and we need engineering for that. And they work with Waukegan Airport, CMT.
Okay, and this is just for the engineering, this isn't for the whole project?
Yeah, Baxter and Woodman they're designing the water main. We're looping the water main there off of Lewis Avenue to Green
How
Bay Road.
much do you anticipate the whole project to cost?
I believe it's like $2 million.
Okay.
The water main.
Warned everybody up here.
The water main
It's gonna be
project.
an issue.
Yeah, the water main project.
Well,
will
our
cost
piece
us.
is only 54,000. So, all right. Any other questions? Alderman Guzman?
Yeah, but why do we have to pay for it? Why don't they pay for it?
Because it's our water main.
But they're the ones who want to extend it, so
But
they
the
should
FAA
pay. So
said
just like a sewer line or a water line that somebody wants to hook to our lines, they have to pay for it.
Yeah, but we're looping the water main, so we need access to their property. So we need an easement, basically.
Okay, so if we pay for this, okay, and we loop it, just like you just said, is there any benefit to us?
We will. we
Is
will
it,
Let
go
him
ahead.
finish. Let him
Yeah,
finish.
we will have more pressure going down that road, and off of Green Bay Road, there might be some homes that want to tie into the water system.
Then that just sold me. Thank you.
All right, any other questions or comments? Great. Roll call, please.
Chairman Guzman. I mean,
Aye.
Ooh, big dog.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item F. I don't know how to read this. I guess I'm asking for a motion for an ordinance approving the installation of an all-way stop sign at Catalpa Avenue, Washington Park, and Elmwood. Catalpa Avenue, Washington Park, and Elmwood, all-way stop signs. Is there a motion?
I so move.
Alderman Guzman,
Second.
second by Mr. Donenworth, and questions, please. All right, I'll bite. How come? What's going on, Jose?
Oh, sorry. Speeders, a lot of complaints. Residents from, I mean, all over the place, they keep complaining about what they're going through. And then, I mean,
Okay, great, thanks. All right, if there are no other questions, then I'll ask for a roll call.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes. Alderman Newsom. Motion carries, sir.
All right, thank you. We don't really have any reports, but there is I just want to throw it out there for your thought and consideration in your own time. Director Garland and I had a brief conversation about an idea that came to the fore in that we thinking about the possibility of maybe considering the likelihood that it could happen, that we rename the Public Works Department to the Waukegan City Maintenance Department. We don't have to have a discussion now. I'm just giving it out there. It's a thought, something he and I had talked about. You guys talk about it, then reach back to me or Chris, or we'll talk to you about our thoughts on it, why it's relevant, and so forth and so on, okay? With that, I'd like a motion to adjourn. Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Guzman. All in favor?
Aye.
And we are adjourned at 6:27 p.m. Thank you all very much for your attention and participation.
Okay, now is the time to call to order the Public Safety Committee meeting. Monday, July 20th, 2026 at 6:30. Opening items. Can I get a roll call, please?
Alderman Newsom,
Present.
Alderman Floria,
Present.
Alderman Guzman,
Present.
Alderman Downingworth,
Present.
Chairman Martinez.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Now it's opening up for public comments. Do we have anyone, public comments? All right, sir. Please state your name for the record. Thank you.
Good evening, Council. Rayon Edwards. So tonight we're talking about the contract with the SROs for Waukegan Public Schools. I do understand because this contract here does not represent all of Waukegan, and a lot of you guys' constituents is not in Waukegan. But I caution all of you all, we need this. I know it may make some uncomfortable, but I promise you, we need this really, really bad in our school system. Having police there keeps a connection between the community and the district. A lot of times things goes on in the district that we don't know. And same thing for the streets. Things happen in the community that the district don't know. And that police, it's that bridge. It prepares those staffs to what's coming when an incident do happen. So again, I really want y'all to think of this because whether they're in the school or out in the community, they still gonna be giving us 8 hours and they still gonna be protecting the people of the city of Waukegan. All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, is there anybody else? Public speaking?
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak before the committee. I just wanted to mention to you folks, I don't know if you're aware, Alderman Felix, Alderman Donworth, and I held a meeting, community meeting at Bob and Ann's restaurant late May. And the purpose of the meeting was to solicit feedback from the community along, the residents along the Sheridan Road corridor between Grand, and Greenwood. We had a few north of Greenwood and also some from Greenwood, okay? And so there, over the years, there's been a number of complaints, noise complaints generated by high-speed traffic, drag racing, and motorcycles and whatever out on the Amstuds. So we had received several complaints and we thought it'd be a good idea to get some feedback from the community. And one suggestion, I say it again, one suggestion was to close the Amstuds. Or to change the specific operating hours, not permanent closing, but only allow it to be used during certain periods of time, rush hour Monday through Friday, right? So then the question was posed, well, how would you do that? What idea do you have to do it? And I presented an idea for that. So don't misconstrue that with it was our intent to close the Amstuds. The suggestion was made and the question was asked, if you did it, how might that happen? And I offered that idea, okay? So as a result of that meeting, most of the folks there, probably about 40 or so, most of them were not in agreement with the idea, the very idea of changing operating hours, right? So it was further suggested that we do have the police do traffic surveys and targeted enforcement. So I don't have the results of the traffic survey, but we did have traffic enforcement by our regular patrol officers as well as the traffic enforcement division or detail. And over a period of about a week, there were between 25 and 40 tickets written. Sheridan Road, Amstuds, and Greenwood. Now, since that time, and I'm going to ask these guys, I haven't had another single complaint about noise on Sheridan Road, the Amstuds, or Greenwood. I do have continued complaints about speeding and accidents on Sheridan Road. So, Victor, do you want to say something about that?
No, I'll wait till my time.
No, Mike?
No one's really called, other than they had some, just loud cars on Sheridan Road, you know, at night.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Well, and Alderman Donovan, you can continue after this. So that was kind of the whole point of getting feedback from the residents, was to see what they thought of the idea. I mean, I myself was not in favor of the idea as well, but when it opened the dialogue, because we wanted to see what the residents wanted, and through the detail, they were able to get, again, 25 to 40. As we understand that we continue doing traffic detail there, so we want to see where it goes from there. You know, if they continue to cite people, hopefully we can get that hot spot to kind of go away, and eventually we might need another detail there, or see what other solutions we can have. But it was a good meeting between us three aldermen, and that way we were able to dialogue with our residents there.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anyone else for public comments? All right, moving forward. I need a first and second motion to approve the minutes for the Public Safety Committee.
So moved.
Held on, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Guzman, first by Alderman Florian. This was held on June 15th, 2026.
Alderman Newsom.
I'm sorry, Newsom, I'm sorry. Can I get a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Hang on, what date was that?
That was June 15th, 2026.
Oh, okay, all right. I heard another number, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is June 15th.
Any opposed? Roll call, please.
All in favor?
Need a roll call when you did all.
Oh,
in
my,
favor.
okay. All right, sorry about that. All right, moving forward.
All in favor? You gotta do an all in favor.
Can I get a roll?
No, all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All against? All right, moving forward. New business. I need a first and second motion to approve an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Waukegan and the Waukegan Community Unit School District, 60 for public safety services for the 2026-27 school year through 2029-2030 school year.
Motion.
All right, can I get a second?
So moved.
So move. All right, any questions to the motion? Alderman Florian?
Thank you, Chairman. I don't really have a question. I just want to point out, I brought this up during my briefing on Thursday. I think this is kind of a long contract. We do not know what police officers are going to cost us 4 years from now. I'm guessing it'll be more than what we pay now. Just taking a stab at that. Mostly their contracts go up. Also, as Mr. Edwards mentioned, there's a significant part of our city that does not attend Waukegan Public Schools. Alderman Hayes represents people who go to Gurnee and Libertyville. I represent people that go to Gurnee and Zion high schools. So it seems a little unfair to me that those people pay through their taxes for the pensions of these police officers when their children don't benefit from this program. I do support the program. I do see the value in the SROs, but I just want to make the point that this is a long contract and it doesn't seem fair in some ways that people are paying for this when they don't benefit from the service.
All right, is there anyone else? Any comment? All right, can I get a roll call, please?
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Guzman. Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Chairman Martinez.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Okay, old business, there being none?
We got item B.
What's that?
Item B.
Oh, what's that? Oh. What's that? Oh, I see, I don't got that down here, though. Okay, new business. I'm sorry, motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement between the City of Waukegan and Waukegan Community School District regarding emergency response services.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Chairman Martinez.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Okay, old business, 6, information only, there being no information. Number 7, reports and communications, there being no communications. I think that we'll go ahead and adjourn at, I'm sorry, question by Alderman Felix?
Oh, yeah, just, I cut off Alderman Donenworth. I don't know if you wanted to add to anything to the Sheridan Road thing.
Yeah, you pretty well covered it all. You know, just basically, we had a lot of people that were very happy to meet with us, and glad we sat down with them and spoke with them and listened to them, what they had to say and stuff, and left it open. Also, or I know I did, I sent out reports to the people that I saw on the mailing list that we made up there, and they were happy to get the reports and stuff. So everybody seems to be happy right now. It's just the noise right now is what they're having problems with. Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else? All right, so we'll go ahead and adjourn at 6:40 p.m. Thank you.
Don't you need a first and a second?
I'm sorry, I need a first to adjourn.
So move.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Second by Alderman Guzman. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? All right, thank you.
All right, the time has come for the Monday, July 20th, 2026 regular city council meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Present.
Martinez.
Present.
Felix.
Present.
Newsom.
Present.
Turner.
Present.
Donnerworth.
Present.
Florian.
Present.
Hayes.
Present.
Bolton.
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present.
You have a quorum, sir.
All right, thank you. Item 2, invocation. Invocation will be led by Pastor Edward McBride Jr. of Waukegan Shalom Seventh-day Adventist Church. With that, will lead us in the invocation. Immediately following that, Harper, Hunter, and Margaret Dorsmith of Prairie Trail School will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor, all rise.
Let us pray. Dear God who lives in the heavens, we thank you for life, health, and strength. We ask for wisdom and guidance on this meeting. We thank you for giving the confidence of great individuals to the Dursmith children as they lead us in this Pledge of Allegiance. In the name of our Father we pray, amen.
Amen. Wait, here we go. Margaret? Oh, you have one. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think we have started something, everyone. Oh, goodness. Great job, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was neat. Yes. Well, good evening, everybody. I want to start by commenting my comments by expressing my deepest condolences to the family of Marty Wozniak. Mr. Wozniak was a community advocate, always looking out for the city of Waukegan and doing whatever he could to make a better future for future generations. I will always be grateful for his efforts along with his lovely wife, Charlotte Callahan Wozniak, to keep the Amsterd's Expressway free of trash through their scheduled volunteer cleanups. For those who get a chance, please make sure we send our condolences out to Charlotte and her son. And as always, may Mr. Wozniak rest in eternal peace. Next, I want to take a moment to address Scoop Waukegan. As many as you know, an unfortunate incident occurred that forced us to bring the event to an early close. While it is deeply frustrating when the actions of one or two or few disrupt a community long-time tradition, at the same time, I want to pivot immediately to recognizing the incredible response from our first responders. I want to highly commend our Public Works Department, our Waukegan Police Department, the Lake County Sheriff's Office, and of course, our Fire Department for their exceptional work that they displayed that day. Our public safety personnel moved swiftly to secure the area, prevent any further danger, and provide immediate assistance to the victim. Furthermore, thanks to the relentless investigative work of our police department a suspect was placed under arrest just a few days later. Our first responders deserve our utmost gratitude and respect. Thank you, Chief, to you and your entire team, both of you chiefs that are out there. And Chris, when you can put a jersey wall up in the middle of Scoop, then you're exceptional, in my opinion. Yeah. Moving forward, I want to make one thing clear, crystal clear. This isolated incident does not and will not define Scoop Waukegan. As always, we will review security and logistics for future versions of the event or any event. But we will not let the magic of this historical event be overshadowed by incidents like this. Up until that point, this was actually the most well-attended Scoop to date, bringing in 1,500 cars each day, the highest turnout we've ever seen in our city's history. This is the true spirit of Scoop, and that is what we will build upon as we move forward with Scoop and other events that we partner with or actually put on. With that being said, I want to thank you. I want to thank you a big thank you to everyone involved at the event, Public Relations Department, Licensing Department, Public Works Department, and of course our Waukegan Police and Fire Departments. Everybody put in so much work to make this event happen as you do in the past. Thank you very much. On another note, I'm proud to have worked with 5th Ward Alderman Edith Newsom to propose the return of the Senior Water Rebate Program. Alderman Newsom brought this program back to the floor and has championed this effort to make it a reality once again. For some history, we originally instituted this program during my first term, and it expired a few years ago. Right now, as household costs continue to rise, our seniors are feeling the pinch. We want to provide seniors with every bit of financial release we possibly can, and reassuring this resurrecting this rebate is a major step in doing that very thing. Thank you, Alderman Newsom, as always, and thank you to Council for recognizing the importance of supporting our seniors. Last but not least, I want to take a moment to recognize Marco from DeMarco Hair Salon and his daughter. Where you at, Marco? Raise your hand. There you go. For volunteering cleanup of Washington Street yesterday. On Sunday? Oh, my goodness. You had the young lady out there working on one of the best days yet. It's people like you and Marco and your daughter are true hometown heroes, leading by example and making our streets a better, brighter place for everyone without being asked. From the bottom of my heart, and I think on behalf of the city of Waukegan, we say thank you. And I think I can speak for all the aldermen on the dais. Thank you. With that being said, let's move on to the rest of the agenda. All right. Item 2, resolutions, proclamations, presentations. There being none. Item 3, audience time. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we have 8 people who are signed up, and to be completely random, we're going to go with our Mr. Dice. And I have my trusty lawyer here to verify the number that is going to start. 12, which will be 2. The number is 2, so I'm going to name the first 6. No, the first 4. Isabel Salido, Isabel Salido, Jim Domiano, Joel Williams, and Calvin Mathis. Go ahead to the east side of the room, line up, be sure to state your name. Isabel Salido, Jim Domiano, Joel Williams, and Calvin Mathis.
Oh, don't move it. Okay, sorry. Well, hi again.
Hold on, I gotta get my thing on. Hold on. Sorry. All sorts of action right here. Go ahead, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yeah. My name is Isabella Salcedo, and today I'm going to be talking about the project that Mayor just stated. United for a Cleaner City, that is the name of our project. It began with the several help of residents, including my father, DiMarco, and our councilman, Victor Felix. Above all, it is motivating people, our neighbors, to keep our streets clean. First, I want to make it clear that I greatly admire each one of you sitting here, as I have no complaints of our Washington Street is always clean. However, our sole intention is to encourage people to use the trash cans to provide on every corner rather than littering, and to urge neighbors, especially those living alongside Washington Street, to keep the area clean and free of weeds. I noticed yesterday that there is a lot of trash, beer bottles, mostly on weekends, between Buttrick and Lewis Street. I would like the owners of those restaurants and bars to be more attentive as people visit our city on weekends, and we must always make a good impression. A good citizen duty is always to support the community and their city. I am proud to have participated in the trash cleanup on Washington Street, and we will continue to do this every Sunday. In addition, I want to express my intention to continue with the medical club at Cristo Rey, of which I am the president. The assistance provided by the paramedics last year was helpful, and I hope to count on your support again this year, as it is important for us students who aspire to become doctors in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jim Domiano.
I also want to talk about Scoop, but also I want to recognize the same people. Public Works, Fire, Lake County Sheriff's, Public Relations did a hell of a job, busted their butts on this event. And the Waukegan Police Department kept the peace, stayed calm despite being literally heckled and taunted while they tried to shut down Scoop to protect the public. So good job. But let's think back to the weekend of Scoop. Victor, Keith, how much urine was around your cars on Sunday morning? Sylvia, Lynn, how many penises did you see in public that weekend? Juan, Jose, how many people urinated on your house or business? Sam, how big was the puddle of urine under your car? Edith, Thomas, how many empty liquor bottles were on your doorsteps? Mike, how many people did you have to chase off your property for urinating on it? We caught 12 people at Horse Feathers urinating on our cars and our building. Some wanted to fight us when we told them to stop and get out of there. We're still scrubbing human waste off our parking spots in our building. I measured with a decibel meter music from an audio company that parked in front of Horse Feathers. 110 decibels, 20 times louder than what I'm speaking at right now. Loud as a jackhammer 10 feet away. These are just some of the bad behaviors that are exhibited at Scoop every year. Scoop, you're right, is the biggest event in Waukegan. But I feel this leadership team spends limited time there because you're seeing a different Scoop than we are right there on Genesee Street. You have no firsthand knowledge of this bad behavior. Or you think it's okay. Public urination, excessive drinking, open weed smoking. That's nothing to be proud of. The behavior at this event doesn't make people say, I want to spend time in Waukegan. And if you looked on social media, you would see a slew of negative comments. Glad I moved away. That's why I don't go down there. Scoop will remain problematic until you address the bad behaviors. The way it's currently executed, it encourages these bad behaviors, and it goes unchecked, and it gets worse every year. As leaders, you need to take a hard look, and if you're not down there, talk to the people who are walking around and figure out a way to make this a safe and family-friendly event again, because I tell you, it is not, and I've been through 10 scoops. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Joel Williams.
Good evening, Council. It's a privilege to be able to speak to you here today. I'm Joel Williams. I'm with Habitat for Humanity, and I am here about one of the issues you'll be voting on today, the CDBG Action Plan, of which Habitat for Humanity is one of the listed organizations to receive grant funds. And I just want to express my appreciation for all the work that the city has done and the city staff have done to get to this point. We are very proud of the program that we have proposed and grateful for the support that we are going to be getting from the city of Waukegan. These funds are going to help our homeowner services program, which is what will help the people that are looking to move into one of the Habitat houses get the education, the background, and all the assistance that they need. So this is a very important piece. While we love the support that we get that helps with the bricks and sticks and the volunteers that come out to help build the houses, it's just as important to make sure that we are providing the people that we are serving with the education and the background that they need so that they can stay in that house long term. In the next few months, we are going to be closing on 3 homes in the city of Waukegan that were started last year. We've got one at, 2 of them actually on Oak Street in the First Ward, and then we've got another one that will be closing on Western Avenue as well. So we're very excited about that and look forward to continue building more homes in Waukegan. So your support goes a long way to making sure that happens. We are very grateful for that. And I do definitely want to shout out the staff that you've got. I think you probably already know, but the CDBG staff you have are incredible, and they really make it very easy for us to be able to make sure that we are complying with both the federal regulations that exist, which are very complicated, but also the spirit with which the city is passing and supporting these programs. So we're grateful for all of their support. But again, thank you all when you consider that tonight. Just appreciate all of the support and look forward to continuing to build new homes and provide new homeowners in Waukegan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Calvin Mathis.
Hello. It's been a while since I spoke in public, but I felt compelled to come here today to set the record straight. Shirley Chisholm was a warrior. She was unbought and unbossed. She's known for it. If they don't give you a chair at the table, bring your own. Fannie Lou Hamer, she was threatened, harassed, shot, and assaulted by racists. That didn't stop her from advancing the cause. There's murmuring in there towards a great warrior, a local warrior, Mary Ross Cunningham. And I'm offended. She was a black warrior. She was an elder of the community. She was a Christian. Her record speaks for itself. Right there. That's her son. She has a pastor down in Georgia. And I want to speak directly to the tribe, to black people. It's just unfortunate that you didn't recognize her in life. And it's even more unfortunate that you don't recognize her in death. And I'm offended. I will defend her because she was a warrior. Somebody said that she didn't see color. Well, that's news to me. She was a proud black woman. Proud, and I'm proud of her. If you know where she started from the South. That's a hard life in her age. She came up hard. Look at where she ended. She's a doctor. Put that on the front of her name. She's now in eternity as an ancestor and as one I will remember. She berated me right in the front at the DNC office down there. I mean, she tore in front of me. There was a lot of people there. but I'm proud of it. Boy, for an elder to skill me like that, and as I was leaving, that same elder, Ms. Cunningham, came, caught me at the door. She was waiting on me, and she apologized. But that's her. That's what Christians do. That's what good people do. They lift people up. They don't tear people down. And if you tear down, I'm gonna tear you down. It's disgusting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The next four speakers, Rayon Edwards, Esther Herron, Saroj Kumar, and Melissa Knapp.
Good
Rayon,
evening,
go.
council. I hope we give that gentleman a round of applause for his show tonight. But tonight I want to congratulate the Waukegan Police Department because I don't think any of us realize how hard they work. Over the weekend, I showed some of you aldermen's pictures of your police having to chase over 100+ cars to different gas stations. Friday night, Saturday night. Thornton's to Shells, from Shells to BP, from BP back to Shells, from Shells to the gas station on Belvedere and Jackson, and then up to the Speedway. 3 weeks ago, they lit fireworks at the gas station. They standing on top of the pumps, they smoking reefer. It's a madhouse. I remember when Ann Taylor used to have the police escort her to her car after the council meeting. A lot of us had something to say. A lot of us. Mayor, I'm disappointed in you. You went to a service in a chapel, and you took an armed police officer in that chapel. What are we doing? We got a superintendent that makes double of what the mayor makes, with more responsibility, and does not have a security. You aldermen don't have a security. You elected officials too. And I don't know nobody that's scared, that's out taking 50 pictures a day. Only 50. We, the people of this community, have to pay for that. An officer salary, what, by 150, benefits included? What are we doing, y'all? We're getting ready to have a new police chief. I don't know, but I think it's time we change some things in these cities, because we didn't just elect the mayor, we elected 9 aldermen to have a say on what goes on in this city. I think that we need to relook at these policies, because you aldermen should have a say in who represents our Waukegan Police Department, who that chief would be. You aldermen should have a little bit more control over, and we need a lawyer to control these liquor licensing. Because again, we've been working on a moratorium, but we still ain't seen nothing. And so sometimes I ask myself, do we do things just for fun or for show? Because we ain't seen nothing. Anytime you feed them alcohol, you're gonna get what you got Friday night, you're gonna get what you got Saturday night. And your police, if you haven't talked to them, let me tell you, they are exhausted.
Thank you, sir. Esther Herron.
Good evening. Public comment is a constitutional right, not a game of chance. At the last meeting, the city clerk stated that she would feign rolling dice to determine the speaker order. Despite being fourth on the sign-up list, I was arbitrarily moved to the very last position. We are living now in an era where if you don't share the government's point of view, you face retaliation. Forcing me to the back of the line because of past dissent proves it. The First Amendment protects my right to address this body without facing arbitrary games. You knew in advance that I intended to speak about the aid for the Venezuelan tragedy. Your subsequent actions show a profound lack of empathy and breathtaking callousness, proving that you don't care about tragedies if they don't affect you directly. While Waukegan can set reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions, you cannot enforce rules that are erratic. feigning Dice's role to dictate public participation, lower the standard of this administration, and shows a severe lack of respect for residents. This is a serious city hall, no a casino. At our last meeting, a professional pointed out the official numbers conflict with the approved budget. Residents also noted that sidewalk repairs have taken too long and are executed in a dangerous manner. Furthermore, a complaint highlighted the top officials live out of town because our city lacks appeal. These serious points are completely valid. They demand swift council action, no unprofessional behavior. On different occasions, public scrutiny has occurred because the hiring process in this city lacks an open evaluation of candidates' credentials. Residents show disagreement. However, those individuals were hired anyway during your 2 terms. Now, Waukegan is in the news because those choices have caught up to this city with individuals facing a serious felony charges and legal investigation. Instead of making jokes, this council must listen to the community to regain public trust. Residents who take time out of their busy lives to be here deserve dignity, accuracy, and professional leadership. I formally demand that this council immediately return to a transparent first-come, first-served sign-up process. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you. Suraj Kumar? Suraj Kumar? Suraj Kumar. Melissa Knapp?
Hello all. I'm here because this is my first year where I actually had the money to get my car painted and bring it through Scoop the Loop. Excited, paid money to get it painted, got it detailed. Showed up at 5 o'clock on Saturday and was told I couldn't enter because I didn't have a ticket. Only 1,000 tickets were given. I didn't know that there was a limit of 1,000, and I think a lot of the tickets were passed out at the beginning of the day when the car show started. And a lot of the cars were just parked along the side, just sitting. And I think a lot of those tickets also went to the motorcycles that were sitting there when they have their groups to get in. I was denied to get in, and my feelings were hurt. I pay taxes for the city of Waukegan, for the police, the fire department, and the one time that I show up, and me as a single mom, to get to go through here with my kids is something that I wanted to do. And then for 5 o'clock, for nobody to be able to let me in, that hurt. And I watched cars that shouldn't even been there, that were held together with duct tape, going through. Those little passes didn't have names written on them. They didn't have your VIN number or car. And I literally watched people sit there and go through with this pass and pass it on to other people, and then they took it and got through because you had to have the pass that had Saturday written on there. That for me was something, and I've been a lifelong resident, and I was scooping the loop with my parents in the back seat of the Camaro. So for me to come through and do all this, it was an upset. I'm hoping next year we can do more. And you know what? If safety is an issue, if something's like that, I'm willing to pay. I would have paid 30 bucks. I would have paid 10 bucks just so I could drive my kids through Scoop the Loop. They would have enjoyed it, and they're going to remember it just like I remembered it with my parents. Safety is the key, I agree. And I'm willing to pay for it, and I'm willing to go down to the city of Waukegan to support businesses and be part of something that's good. So, thank you.
Thank you. The last 2 speakers, Margaret Carrasco and Diane Verratti. Margaret Carrasco.
Yes. I guess the first thing is that, just to let all the aldermen know, and the mayor, this Thursday at the community organizations meeting. That's coming up at 9 o'clock in the morning for people who don't know. I will be bringing a very, very special guest with me. His name is Walner Reginaldo Castro Rivera. He is the mayor of Juticalpa in the country of Honduras. It's the largest state, Olancho. He's visiting Waukegan here for the first time. That town has 150,000 people, so very similar in size to Waukegan. It's a commercial center for ranching and agricultural. He's here to visit all the different communities in Illinois. They have large populations of Hondurans from his town, and Waukegan's number one. Okay. The next thing is that I'm just going to throw out, don't shoot the messenger. I just really think that communication is very, very important. The talk of the street in Waukegan, which is on overload right now, need I say. Okay. I think it's better to get it out there, get clarification. A lot of times there's misunderstandings. People are thinking other things or passing information, which is not correct, not accurate. Okay, so the thing is that residents are asking if it's true that we technically right now, we saw about the police chief who retired, okay, and is it true that our fire chief is leaving? So that's both chiefs. We have both chiefs are no one right now. The next thing is that the fire chief, what's going to be the process in order to his replacement. And going to the police chief, we believe, a lot of people in the community, that the next police chief, you should have a nationwide search. Open it up. Let's see what's out there. Let's see who's interested. There's a lot of commotion going on in the community about, almost like campaigning, and it shouldn't be that. The last thing is legal counsel. Taxpayers would like to know what's the next court date for First Ward Alderman Bolton. Legal counsel, people want to know what happens if for the new police station, if there is a tie vote, does the mayor vote? They would also like to know, people are asking, okay, what happens if someone abstains? My understanding, if an alderman abstains for that vote, those votes then go to the majority. I don't know if that's correct or accurate. And residents, we need to know.
Thank you, Ms. Carrasco.
Yes or no?
Diane
Do you support
Verratti.
something?
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here tonight to share my perspective about Vista Hospital, and I understand that none of you is responsible for its condition. I'm not here to complain. Last week, a 95-year-old friend fell and was taken to the ER. Her family was out of town, and they asked me to make sure that she was admitted and everything went well. So between last Wednesday evening and Sunday, just yesterday, I spent many hours there. And here's what I observed at Vista as a former patient. I had surgery there once, and having visited numerous friends since 1972, been there a lot. It is a ghost hospital. It's incredibly sad. There's no gift shop. There's no more Starbucks coffee. Extremely limited cafeteria hours, a handful of patients. It is not the bustling place of healing that dates back to 1891. At 10 p.m. on Wednesday, the ER was empty. My friend was the only patient. She was the only patient in the surgery recovery room. I was the only person in the surgery waiting room. However, the facility is clean. It is well maintained. It seems to be a solid building. There are patient rooms, there's an ER, surgical suites, labs, outpatient services, all the resources necessary to serve our community. And of course, because I talk a lot, I interacted with everyone. The security person at registration, the maintenance man, registered nurses, nurses' aides, the meal delivery person, housekeepers, the volunteer in the surgical waiting room, 2 students from the U of I who are training in the ER as physician assistants, and the surgeon who came from Chicago on Friday to repair my friend's broken shoulder. Every single staff member was kind, helpful, and compassionate. I was impressed and I was confident that my friend was in good hands. It is painful to me that so many people are so negative about Vista. Again, this is not your mess, But as Waukegan's representatives, you may be able to take advantage of your connections with other county, state, and federal elected officials to perhaps make a serious attempt to save Vista. The surgeon from Chicago talked to me for 30 minutes. He has a heart for helping patients like hospitals like Vista, and apparently has a track record of doing so. He has some ideas. He mentioned grant money that could be obtained. He wants to see a rebirth of Victory Hospital, a new old name and a restored reputation. So I have no answers, I have no influence. But if there's a chance to save Victory Memorial, I would love to see a task force dedicated to that end. And Mayor Cunningham, Dr. Daniel Ivankovich is the surgeon from Chicago, and he asked me to express his condolences to you on the passing of your mother, whom he admired greatly and who he just realized had passed away. So that's for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. That concludes the audience time.
Item 4, consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. If one board member wishes to have a separate vote on any item, it will be pulled from the consent agenda and voted on separately. 4A, approval of regular meeting minutes from Monday, July 6, 2026. 4B, approval of closed executive session meeting minutes from regular city council meeting on Monday, July 6, 2026. Item 4C, resolution approving the release of approving the release and non-release of certain closed executive session meeting minutes. 4D, motion to approve and ratify payroll dated July 10th, 2026 in a total amount of $2,225,157.84. 4E, motion to approve and ratify miscellaneous payroll dated July 10th, 2025 in the amount of $122,728.31. 4F, motion to approve vendor payments dated July 20, 2026, totaling an amount of $2,102,912.28. 4G, ordinance annexing certain territory continuous to the city of Waukegan for 12551 West Country Club Avenue. 4H, ordinance granting a vacation of a portion of the W Country Club Avenue right-of-way, the Northern Avenue right-of-way, and the North Garrick Avenue right-of-way. Item 4. Okay. I'm sorry, what was it? Oh, I'm sorry. I should, all of those items in the amount of $10 to be paid by the Waukegan Park District. Thank you, Alderman. Item 4I, resolution approving professional services agreement with Hay and Associates for project management services at the Waukegan Dunes to facilitate the construction of the proposed beach access and recreation opportunity improvements. 4J, resolution authorizing and approving the submission of 2025 consolidated annual performance evaluation report. 4K, resolution authorizing and approving the submission of 2026 action plan. 4L, ordinance amending section 6-72 of the city code. 4M, resolution authorizing approval spending authority for the Waukegan Fire Department for the purchase of a 2026 F-250 4x4 SD crew cab, 8-inch box, 176 WB SRW will be funding from jail. We got that. 4N, resolution authorizing approving the purchase of 15 Chevy Tahoes for the Waukegan Police Department, Fire Department, Building Department, on Carrier Motors through the state bid process with the Chevrolet. 4O, resolution authorizing approving Public Works a 1-year renewal of the cardiograph software through OpenGov, which is the asset management system for public works, and the water department currently utilize an amount of $183,005.41. 4P, authorizing and approving the water plant to enter into a design, build proposal, and agreement with the rehabilitation of Beach Nut Water Storage Tank at a total amount of $2,890,000. 4Q, resolution authorizing the approval and spending authority to the Waukegan Fire Department for the purchase of personal protective equipment for an amount not to exceed $100,000. 4R, resolution reestablishing the senior water rebate program. 4S, resolution authorizing approving expenditure for locker room renovation at Station 1 for an amount not to exceed $38,680.62. 4T, resolution authorizing approval of spending authority to the Waukegan Fire Department for the purchase of stair chairs in accordance with the OSFM Small Equipment Grant Award for an amount not to exceed $25,607.96. 4U, resolution approving a master right-of-way agreement with Delta Communications LLC. That being it, I'm going to do a motion by Alderman Turner, second by Alderman Guzman. Any other questions to the motion? Alderman Hayes.
I'd just like to pull out item N.
I'm sorry?
I'd like to pull out item N.
All items. All right. So items 4A through 4M, then items 4O through 4U are on the floor. Okay. All right, that's the motion. Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez. Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passed, sir.
Motion's passed and carried. Resolution authorizing approval and the purchase of 15 Chevy Tahoe for the Waukegan Police Department, Fire Department, Building Department from McCary Motors through the state bid process with Chevrolet. There is, I'm gonna get a motion on the floor. Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Felix. And there's a question, I'm assuming, on the floor by Alderman Hayes. Alderman Hayes.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
So I was asking before the meeting, somebody correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe of the 15 Tahoes, the police, 10 will be designated for the police department, 3 will be designated for fire department, and 2 are being designated for the building department. Am I getting that right?
Yes, from my understanding, yes.
All right, so the issue that I have with this is, and this is not a slight to the building department because they do a terrific job. Commissioner Lindsay does an outstanding job. But I don't see why the building department needs 2 brand-new Chevy Tahoes. I spoke with some other aldermen about this who are welcome to chime in, but I just don't see the need for a car of that size. I know that the explanation before was in case groups of people from the department need to visit a site or it's a construction site and they need to go out there for something like that. I don't know that that warrants spending $116,000 for those 2 Tahoes. It was recommended that perhaps the better of the retired police cruisers could be used for the building department as a way to give them greater capacity and 4-wheel drive if necessary, or all-wheel drive, whatever's on there, for those types of settings, so to speak. So I'm happy if anybody else wants to chime in. Otherwise, my recommendation would be to approve this at a reduced authorization of 13 Tahoes rather than 15 Tahoes.
All right, there's a, no, hold on a second, let's get some comments. You have a comment there. There's another comment by Alderman Victor Felix. Victor Felix.
Yes, so I asked for a ride from when I was in I think one of the parades before from the police department. In back of those squad cars, I mean, it's modified for their use. So to modify a squad car to, you know, versus what the Tahoe would be, I mean, I don't think it would make sense. They would have to kind of redo the whole thing because they're modified for police use only. I do believe you know, as far as when I spoke to our building department and our chief of staff, is that way the pickup truck that the building department commissioner has can be used for another inspector, and then they can have their own Tahoe. So I believe it's a good use. Now, we've approved other things before. For example, our chief of staff has we didn't approve it in this administration, it was the last administration. It was like not a BMW, a Volkswagen.
Oh,
Yeah, and there's other things that didn't make sense, but this for our building department that we do have a lot of guests. I think it would make sense for us for them to have a vehicle that we can move around with. Sometimes they have to carry a whole team of them, their inspectors, to go look at things. So I think the space that these Tahoes would have, it would be good. So that's my input regarding that.
All right, there's another, I'm gonna go Alderman Florian, then Alderman Turner, then we'll make some decisions.
Thank you, Mayor. Don't we have, I thought someone told me we have a vehicle available for use for the city hall. Isn't there some kind of a car available that people can, I'm sorry? Pool car? Okay. I mean, how often will this be necessary, I guess? And the other question I have is every police vehicle modified? Is the chief's car a police package too? I don't know. Is Alderman, Deputy Chief Neal, is every police Tahoe modified into a squad?
I think your first one was talking about the police chief's car, which are Ford Explorers with a police package. The police package has special electric systems, different suspension systems. They're designed for a different purpose than a regular consumer. So there is a big difference between what the police squad and what a consumer consumer car would be.
Okay, but does it preclude carrying 4 gentlemen to a meeting at a construction site?
That's a different question, and I don't quite does it preclude, is the police squad able to transport 4 gentlemen?
Yeah, that's what we're asking. It's electric guy, plumbing guy, HVAC, and the building commissioner, I think, 4 guys, right?
Yes, could we transport 4 people in a Ford Explorer? We could.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I have one additional comment, unless are you
All
finished?
right, let's go with Alderman Turner,
Oh,
we'll
I'm
come
sorry,
back to
Chief.
you. Alderman Turner.
Sorry.
Thanks. So, Tom, if I understand, you want to just take 2 of these off the list, right? You keep the 13, right? The 10
Yes, that's the
10 for the
proposal.
cops and 3 for the fire. And then you want to give 2 old police vehicles to the building department for their use.
I don't know that that's a decision we have to make tonight.
Yeah.
The decision I want to make tonight is to reduce the authorization from 15 to 13.
Because the building department doesn't, it doesn't make sense to me. Why do we need to buy $58,000, $60,000 car just in case 4 people need to ride together?
We did this before. Remember risk management? They got a Tahoe. I remember that. I voted yes for it, and I almost immediately regretted it. And the pitch there was, people come to the city and they want to go out and see the city, so we're going to pile them all in one car and take them around. That just seems like a poor use of $60,000. And I'm not aware of any scenario where we actually did that with that vehicle. So I just don't see the need for it. And if our job's to ask hard questions, I don't know. I think we got to push back a little bit.
Well, let me help everybody out. There is a need for it, Alderman. It is always going to be needed in the building department, always have been. I can date back to West Dunsky. West Dunsky had vehicle that he brought developers in, and you do ride them around. So that's one. From a standpoint of police vehicles, the new Explorers of all police cars only have one seat where a particular suspect could ride in. The other ones, because of the size of our officers, they make those seats go all the way back. So the Explorers are going to be out. The police chief and deputy chief's Explorers are different than the patrol cars. All of you, take a look at them. That's what they are. From a fleet standpoint, we're under fleet management. The fleet management system allows us to then turn over vehicles probably with every 5 to 6 years. Within that police department, we go by the number of mileage. I think we want to be right around at 95 to 100,000 miles. That's the goal. We're probably about 5 years behind right now. Most of our police squad cars are right around 130,000, some at 140,000 miles. And I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't know if 2 vehicles are going to make a difference. And from a spending standpoint, of what level of service that is needed in order to provide through our building department. It is the building department. They should and have and need some of the vehicles that we buy. I can remember at my last term, we bought pickup trucks. And so, well, you leased them. We leased them then, and the reason we leased them is because of the usage for the then code compliance officers.
Then we gave them to Public Works.
Well, and they gave them to Public Works and bought those small cars.
Right.
Those small cars are not equipped for what they do.
They just drive around.
No, they don't just drive around, Alderman. I beg to differ on that.
Okay.
I was a code enforcement inspector. That's not what they do. So I don't know if this is an issue to be debating 2 cars for a department that certainly needs it, has deserved it. I say, right now, we leave the number where it's at and move forward with what's on the agenda. And if you do not want the building department to have a Tahoe, I'm gonna tell you who does need it, the police department.
No one's recommending the police not getting the Tahoes that they're requesting.
Well, no, the number that is requested right here stays the same.
Okay.
All right?
Well, hold on a minute. I think the 9 of us vote, so we make that decision.
Alderman, I know procedure,
Okay.
guy. I know the power of the alderman, and I know how we work, please.
Because
What
it
I'm
sounded
say-
like you were telling us how to
What
vote.
I'm saying is leave the 15 there. If you do not want the building department to have that other 2, my police department needs Tahoes. Their fleet is outdated, sir. And if you don't believe me, look at the fleet management system that we have. I can give it to you. We're probably already about 5, close to 10 years behind. Those cars are not equipped. Most agencies are now going to Tahoes. And that's where I'm at right there. That's what I mean by leave the 15 for the
Okay,
police department.
if I could respond. There is, sure, from me at least, you're not getting any recommendation on a reduction of Tahoes or any other vehicle for the police department or the fire department. So that is not at all what I'm advocating. On top of that, I think it is our job to debate every dollar.
I agree.
The purchase of 2 Tahoes, what are we talking about, $116,000 and change here? That's a lot of money, and it's our job to push back on that if we feel that it warrants it. And I don't see how the building department serves a very, very critical purpose for the city. I don't debate that. They do a terrific job. I don't even think that's up for debate. But they're not actually building anything. So I don't know that they need a vehicle to transport, building materials. So it seems to me that the police function is very different, they need the vehicles. The fire function, very different, they need the vehicles. I don't see how the building department needs those vehicles. And that's the simple point. And I haven't heard a reason why.
All right, is there, then I hear you, Alderman. Is there, Alderman Turner, and then we either go to an amendment, vote on it, and then vote for the issue. Alderman Turner.
Yes, so I would make a motion to amend this agenda item to increase we're still by 15, but we need to increase the amount available to outfit the other two for the police department. Does that make sense? If they're gonna go to the police, they need the police package. Recommendation, and that's my motion, all right? And then if I can get a second on that, then I'll tell you my suggestion. Second. All right. Yep. And then I would suggest that as police vehicles, we just...
There's a motion and a second on the floor.
Yes, sir.
Now let's debate the motion and a second on the floor.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
All right, so there's a question by Alderman Turner or comment?
Well, I just want to suggest that then for the building department, they could take one of the used police vehicles for their purposes. That's my suggestion, but we do have a motion and a second, so.
Yeah, well, there's a motion and a second on the floor. Let's be clear.
I think
Alderman Donenworth.
Yeah, the reason for this is make sure the police department has the best cars that are here. Granted, code enforcement and everything needs those vehicles too, but have them take the vehicle from the old police stock. You have the Explorers, or you have whatever else they have. They may be getting rid of a Tahoe too, but these vehicles might have 100,000 miles on them, but they're not going to emergency situations. If it has over 100,000 miles, these people are they're going to be around town. So if they do have problems with these high mileage vehicles, they're in town. And that's what I'm looking at, is that we have the police department get the vehicles, and then we just reuse some of the police department, which have police packages on them. So you're going to get an Explorer that has a police package in it. So it should last forever.
No. Sir, right now, someone have Alderman Florian, then the building commissioner. So Alderman Florian.
Since you're here, are these vehicles going to be take-home vehicles for the building department?
So the two would be take-homes for myself and the assistant commissioner, which are both in the city limits.
Right, but we have so many take-home vehicles in this community, and that creates more gas, more liability, the mayor has a Tahoe, can't you just borrow his when you need one? Like, I'm sorry, but it just seems it doesn't need, how often, let me ask you this. Okay, you've been the commissioner over a year now. How many times have you needed a vehicle for 8 people or whatever it is, 2 Tahoes hold? I don't even know, I haven't been in one in a long time. How many times in a year have you needed a vehicle like that? And for which building sites was it? Because I know you mentioned you needed to make sure you had the clearance to go over stuff. I don't even think you'll need it at the frickin' casino, sorry. They're gonna have roads around it. You can park and walk. You don't have to drive on their building site, for crying out loud. Just asking.
Okay. Building commissioner?
So the reason I came up as we were listening, unfortunately, what we are looking at and what we put together for council was a package of remaining vehicles from last year's allotment. There are 15 vehicles, 10 of which I think were police package vehicles, and then 5 of which were special services vehicles, which are more utility for fire department and building departments and the like. So you wouldn't necessarily for Alderman Turner, I think you had said high-end vehicles or something. So we are asking for basic bare minimum package of the SSV. But again, for the flexibility of being able to take developers around town. Our planning and zoning department has economic development, whatever we do there, we work together. Just this past week, I sent all of my staff out in 2 vehicles to the construction of the 7 Brew as it was coming in, so that my office staff could have an understanding of what goes on in construction. When somebody calls for a footing, somebody calls for an underground inspection, all of our staff was there to see this building come off and go down. Would have loved to have sent them all in one car. We didn't have a 7-passenger vehicle. So Is it every day? No. But would we love the flexibility of being able to have that? I've been at the city a long time. We've had hand-me-down cars. We are a net revenue positive department in the city. We bring in more than what we spend in our department, and we're just asking for the ability to spend a little bit of that on some new vehicles.
Okay.
To have. Mayor mentioned a key component of this. Originally, we had looked at other alternatives of vehicles, and just to get the stability of one manufacturer, one vehicle is something also our Public Works Maintenance Department had asked us to be more consistent with the fleet.
All right, there's a motion on the floor in a second. And the motion is to amend to all vehicles go to the police department. That's the motion on the floor. Aye vote is. But yes, so if we want these vehicles well, the police will get 12 and the fire. That's the amendment of the motion on the floor. An aye vote means yes, you do. A no vote means no, we don't. All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
No.
Newsom.
No.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton. No. Yeses have it, sir.
So the motion's passed. That was for the amendment. Now we're about to vote on the amendment. So there's a motion by Alderman Turner, second by Alderman Guzman on the revised amendment. Roll call, please.
You already have that, Newsom and Felix.
Oh, I'm sorry, on the original motion, yes. I stand corrected. So there is a motion on the floor, and an aye vote is for the amendment just went through. A no vote is for the regular council meeting agenda, item agenda.
So, I'm sorry, Mayor.
Can you clarify?
So the vote no, that's to keep the original amendment?
No, we already voted on that.
All right, yeah, because this one here,
Vote no is for the amendment.
okay.
What? No.
We voted for the amendment. This now
amended the
becomes
motion.
the original.
Let me finish. Let me help you. Let me clear it out. A yes vote will be voting on the amendment that just been passed.
Thank you.
If you vote no, that means you do not want the amendment just been passed. Is that clear?
All right.
Someone said no. Is that from the alderman or for the audience? Thank you. Alderman, Madam Clerk?
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
No.
Felix.
No.
Newsom.
No.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
No.
Yeses have it.
Motion's passed and carried. Thank you.
All right. Good job.
Wait a minute. I gotta go to new business, don't I?
Treasury's report.
That's on the other page. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yes. Item 5, monthly church's report. Dr. Schwab, John R. Schwab. Sorry about that, Dr. Schwab. Where is my?
Your mic's not on.
No, Doc.
Oh, sorry. This report ended 6/30 of 26. It's been filed with Janet Kilkelly, our clerk, and it'll be available on the website. If it isn't already now, it will be in the next day or two. One thing I would like to know, in cooperation with Juan Garcia, our finance director, and the mayor of Waukegan, Mr. Cunningham, at the bottom of this, indicates that 98% of our funds have been invested. It's outstanding. It's outstanding, and it's outstanding partially because of the treasurer and because of the cooperation I get with the staff that we have here. Thank you, Mayor. Ends my report.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right. We don't need to vote on that, right? No, it's just a report. All right. Item 6, old business, there being none. Item 7, new business. Resolution authorizing city officials to execute necessary amendments to development and host community agreement in a social document between the city of Waukegan and FHR Illinois LLC. Community Development Chairman, motion by Alderman Felix, second by Alderman Bolton. Are any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez. Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passed, sir.
Motion passed and carried. Resolution approving roadway striping services by Precision Pavement Marketing, Inc., per section 2-458, parentheses I, parentheses 3, joint person with Lake County Division of Transportation annual restriping contract for not to exceed amount $43,873.38. Motion by Alderman Turner, Public Works Chairman, second by Alderman Guzman. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez. Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion passed and carried. Community Development, item C, an ordinance increase the number of Class E restaurant liquor license by one for Indian Spice Villa Restaurant, 1501 Sunset Avenue. Motion by Alderman Felix, second by Alderman Donnerworth. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Everybody should go to here. It's great food. Aye.
Martinez.
I'd just like to remind everybody, this is a restaurant, so yes, aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Nay.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
No.
Hayes.
No.
Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passed, sir.
Motion passed and carried. Items D, an ordinance increase the number of Class E liquor license, restaurant liquor license by one for Mama Jerk and Tangs, 226 North Sheridan Road. Motion by Community Development Chair Felix, second by Martinez. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Again, this is a Class E restaurant, yes.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Nay.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
No.
Hayes.
No.
Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passed, sir.
Motion passed and carried. Item 7E, ordinance increase the number of Class E restaurant liquor license by one for help me out?
Sabrosito.
El Cerrito.
Sabrosito.
Sabrosito, all right. 2941 Sunset Avenue. Again, motion by Community Development Chair, Alderman Felix, second by Alderman Martinez. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Again, this is a Class E restaurant, aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Nay.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Florian.
No.
Hayes.
No.
Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion's passed and carried. Item number 8, there being none. Items number 9, closing items. Alderman's time. Madam Clerk.
Alderman Guzman.
Good evening, Second Ward and the city of Waukegan. First, I want to start off with the most important thing is 10th Street. Remember, after 25 years, over 25 years, this road hasn't been done. Construction started actually today, the 20th, with curbs and repavement of the road.
Be patient, try to avoid it as much as possible. I know it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but remember, over 25 years, this road has not been done, decayed over many, many years. It is finally getting done after years of pushing. For the importance of the second ward. So basically, if you look at it, it covers with 10th Street, Keller, Washington, Lewis Avenue in the next 2 years, Belvedere Road, which has come up again in the state level to be redone also. Once those two roads, Belvedere and Lewis Avenue, which is the county road and the state road, all borderlines of the second ward will be complete and in beautiful condition. I'm very, very happy to say that it has happened during my aldermanship, and I'm very, very happy to say that it's been pushed over and over and over and over again. 10th Street is a major, major, major accomplishment, along with Washington Street and Keller. Okay, and it's happened during myself as an alderman, and very happy to say Mayor Sam Cunningham as the mayor. Very happy to say that that it's been supportive and pushed forward. Thank you, Mayor, because those roads are really, really major, major roads. I don't know if you guys remember Washington Street, horrible condition. Now you can actually pass both lanes. Keller Avenue, horrible condition. Now you can pass both lanes. Now 10th Street, horrible condition. And pretty soon, it'll be all worth a while. Okay, moving on, Scoop. Scoop, I thought it was a great event. Unfortunately, an incident happened and they had to close it down. You know, I probably wouldn't have closed it down. I would have probably went around it or sought some kind of alternative and showed them that we don't close down for one incident. Okay? You know, but overall, it was a great atmosphere. It's the first time, I mean, I said the first time in forever, and first time I've ever been to Scoop, but that wasn't actually true. I went there about so long ago, because I usually vent. So this was actually the first time as an adult to enjoy it, okay? And I had a great time. The food was great. Me and my wife danced. We waited on that huge line to get a funnel cake.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, man. Oh, but that line is always huge. The bands were great. I mean, the spectacular of the great job of the special events who picked these bands. Great job. The security, the overwhelming police force, the fire department ready there to step up at any time's notice. Public Works with amazing, just ready to get everything cleaned up. I mean, if you see the amount of work that Public Works had to do to get ready just for the next day, I was like, dead. I'm happy for them and very excited. Everybody did a great job, and my hats go out to you. And the cars were beautiful. I wish I would have known that lady wanted. I mean, her story. Put a tear to my eye that she went through all that and couldn't get into Scoop. I wish I would have known. I would have moved heaven and earth for that car to go through with her story. I mean, it was amazing. And I hopefully next year, if she hears me, she sees this, please reach out. If you don't get in, I mean, whatever it takes to get you in, hon, with you and your kids. Next, speed bumps. With these streets being redone, now we have a new problem. Not that we didn't have this problem beforehand, but now it's getting worse, okay? Now they're beautiful streets. Before, they wouldn't go so fast because their mufflers or suspensions were getting messed up and stuff like that. I guess it's a double-edged sword. We get the streets done, and now there's speeders everywhere, okay? And more speed bumps, more and more enforcement are coming out. Please calm down with that. I had an altercation with a gentleman that went right by, it was actually last council meeting. I was leaving my house and my car started beeping because somebody was behind me. And that guy went really, really fast, and I had stopped and talked to him, and he just started cursing me out. Okay? And I finally had to talk. I couldn't speak to him, but his dad, I spoke to his dad. And I told him, this is ridiculous. And the gentleman's in a wheelchair. I said, how about if you were in a wheelchair and he hit you? Would you like that? How about if somebody's kid? And this is a residential area. So please slow down on these streets. We're getting them to the point that they're a large majority of the streets that we thought were never going to get redone, and it was taking forever. Now they're getting redone, so let's be respectful and for residents. Ward meeting this Saturday, second ward meeting. It's going to be from 4 to 6 in English and 6 to 7 in Spanish. So if you would like, it's at 2300 Pearsall, 2300 Pearsall Parkway in Waukegan, obviously, in the second ward. If everybody's willing to come, please, you're all invited. Next thing, the hospital, it's been mentioned in multiple times. I was actually born in that hospital, Victory Memorial Hospital. So many years ago. Unfortunately, the city can't do anything about it. We don't have the resources or the funds to do anything to help this hospital or anything like that. The state of Illinois, we already know the condition for the state. I think, and I've said this multiple times, that it should, if anything, it should go into a county hospital. I think it should be combined with, they have a community hospital in my ward, right there on Keller and Belvedere. I think it should be combined there, but that's what your elected officials in the county level. I think that would be the best way. If not, if it's going to be for profit, it's not in our position to go there. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you. Have a good night. God bless the city of Waukegan, the great state of Illinois, and these United States of America. Thank you.
Alderman Martinez.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk, and also Council. I first like to remind business owners, remind them of our local small business owners. This is a small business meeting which will be held this Thursday, July 23rd, from 7 to 8 p.m. This will be held at Drip and Culture, a coffee shop that is located at 2015 Grand Avenue. This group aims to strengthening our community, connecting and addressing homelessness, and facilitate the exchange of ideas and resources while fostering collaboration to improve our area and ward. Special thanks to Adam and Nydia, the proprietors from Drip and Culture, for opening their doors and volunteering space. This is a first-time event ever held in our ward, so I hope it is a success. So far, I have 11 business owners that have reserved, so I'm looking forward to making a change there with the business owners and create some kind of a committee to see what we can do to address the many problems that we have in our ward. Moving ahead, I am also in the process of collaborating in ward meeting with owners of Euphoria Cafe. This event is in the beginning stages, therefore there will be more information forthcoming. We are aiming for the third week of September. This meeting will be held in Spanish and English, and there will be more information. As I get, I will make sure that I pass it on. Thirdly, I would like to talk about last week's public hearing for the potential development. It was canceled due to the extreme weather conditions. Now it is rescheduled for Wednesday, July the 29th, 2026, from 4 to 6 p.m. This is located at 2701 Brookside Avenue and North Evergreen Avenue in our ward. The public is invited to attend and share ideas about the future of property with the Waukegan Park District Board and the commissioners and staff. Your input really matters. Special thanks to the Waukegan Park District for their efforts and continued great work for doing their job daily for our city. We are hoping that the third ward will finally see a playground for the first time ever. So we're all excited about that. There's pros and cons to it, but please try to make it out there. Your input is very important to make this happen. Over the weekend, we had our 7th annual Tiffany Drive Community Rummage Sale. This tradition has been in existence for 7 years, way before I was an alderman. Although we did have a few cancellations due to the inclement weather with the smoke, it was still a great time collaborating with other neighbors in fellowship, which contributed to the overall success. I've had requests from neighboring streets that would like to participate, which is a good idea. And so next year we will be expanding it to more streets and neighborhoods in the third ward. Finally, I would like to also talk about the Scoop the Loop Committee for doing such a great job, despite the many bad actors who unsuccessfully attempted to change the narrative. Equally impressive was the amount of police presence that was there doing a great job. This is a family-oriented event, which is a tradition in Waukegan, and we should keep it and not give it instead of throwing in a towel like many people who don't even are from Waukegan like to criticize it. It can be done. It can something that we can work on. Maybe we can grow on it. We can learn from if there was any mistakes that were made. But that is a great tradition that I hope that will continue in Waukegan. Also, motorists, please watch for residents walking at night. Visibility is limited on the roads, and I have seen pedestrians almost get hit by cars, especially like the homeless people. It is recommended that the pedestrians walking on the street wear reflective vests to deter injury. As we all know, our police officers have reflective vests in their police vehicles to give away, so if you know someone, please let them know that that option is there for them. I also have a reflective vest in my possession, in my trunk, to give away. So if you know of anyone needing one, please make sure they receive this information. Just a reminder again, discarded mattresses must be placed in a plastic covered mattress bag. These are very economical, and they can be purchased anywhere, Walmart, Amazon. If you do not wrap your mattresses up, they will not take it. I also have some in my trunk. If you need one, I do have one available, so please reach out to me if you need a mattress cover. Very important that you follow that. And so therefore, that's all pretty much I got. I just ask if you need to get a hold of me, I can reach at 847-390-2689. I just ask my constituents to please be safe, be mindful, and let's all be great neighbors. Thank you and good night.
Alderman Felix.
Thank you. Oh, yes, so Alderman Guzman wanted to say something really quick.
Okay, I forgot to mention one thing, okay? It is almost August, and we still haven't received or talked about the appointee that's 2 months behind for the Waukegan Port District. I know there's a couple people that have called me up and trying to find out when this appointee is going to be redone. The appointee for the Waukegan Port
I'll
District?
get to you, Alderman. I'll call you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so I would like to begin, try to keep this short. I would like to begin with thanking Marco from DeMarco Hair Salon and Isabel from Sunrise Cafe for organizing the Washington Street Community Cleanup. I also want to thank the residents that joined, the business owners and the community leaders that volunteered. This effort was about more than picking up garbage. It was a strong message that Waukegan deserves a clean, safe, and welcoming streets. When residents and local businesses take pride in their neighborhood, they help strengthen our entire city. One thing that I saw that I know we need to take care of is the weeds. I have spoken to our chief of staff to provide a solution. Hopefully I can get some support from the 9th Ward, 2nd Ward, 3rd Ward to put a chemical that we don't have to keep weeding it. It could just take care of the issue. So I asked of the, if we can do that. But besides that, this was a great initiative. I want to thank both of them from starting this, and I can see on the comments of the social media post that there was some comments stating that the city should be taking care of this. But if we all get involved, we can still send a clear message, and that's what I saw. Now more people are inspired to help and volunteer themselves. So thank you guys. Also, this weekend we held our fourth ward meeting. I want to sincerely thank everyone that attended, asked questions, and shared specific concerns affecting their homes and their neighborhoods. We documented those issues and will continue to follow up with the appropriate city departments. I want to thank all the departments that joined us, our Public Works Department, Building Department, our Police Deputy Chief Agliano joined us as well. We also had Antonio from the Water Department. We went over a lot of issues. I think that's the beautiful thing, and more important, a very important thing to hold these ward meetings is to hear directly from the residents exactly what the issues are. And I like having the department heads there because they can already work with each other about a solution right there and then, because sometimes one issue involves more than one department. I want to thank the mayor for coming out as well and speaking to the residents of the 4th Ward. Your presence it means a lot to them, and seeing you. A lot of them know you already for a very long time. So I will keep having these ward meetings. I plan on having maybe 2 more before the end of the year. Also, we'll have a downtown meeting as well and a business meeting. 2 big different meetings, but it's necessary to hear the concerns. I have heard a lot of concerns from Jim from Horse Feathers. He's pretty vocal to me about his needs, and we're working on resolving a lot of those issues. Please continue to reach out. One of the things that I also want to mention that I would like to congratulate Casita de Sueños, which translates into House of Dreams, but Casita de Sueños on their opening of their business in the downtown area on the Sheridan Road. Every new business brings additional activity, opportunity, and energy to our downtown. I encourage residents to welcome and support them by visiting their address. Their address is 10 North Sheridan Road, Waukegan, Illinois. And from what I saw is they sell records. They also sell plants. For me, I'm pretty busy, so I like a plant that I don't really have to do much, but just water them. So they have a lot of those options. And I got to buy a cool record. It's like a memorial, Waukegan's memorial to John F. Kennedy. It was a record, so it was a pretty cool find over there. I also want to thank the Waukegan Park District for hosting the FIFA World Cup watch party at the Waukegan Municipal Beach. It was wonderful to see families and residents enjoying one of Waukegan's most beautiful community spaces. It's pretty cool. We had it at the Steiner Pavilion. Please enjoy our beach, but also want to speak about to let our family members and friends, especially children, know about the following posted safety rules. We have seen individuals entering and jumping into the water in areas clearly marked no swimming. And this is right after an incident that happened this year with a young man. We still continue to see young kids forming a line and jumping into them. They've been warned by our rangers not to do so, but they keep on doing it. So please talk to your children, talk to your neighbors to not do that, because some kids don't know there's a current sometimes underneath there, and it could lead to something drastic. So please talk to your community, talk to your friends, family and friends, and our children. Finally, we are collecting new school supplies for children in need, with special focus on the children on Lakeside Towers. Donations in backpacks, notebooks, folders, pencils, crayons, and other supplies may be dropped off at, of course, our community, local business community member Marco's location. It's at 1213 Washington Street, Waukegan, Illinois. So Marco, again, a community leader along with Isabella, we are trying to gather up a donation so we can provide supplies for those children in need and families in need. Whether we are cleaning our streets, listening to our residents, supporting a new business, safety enjoying our public spaces or helping children prepare for schools. This is how we rebuild our neighborhoods and continue to move Waukegan forward. I do want to say something about the scoop. I've heard different comments. Some like we shouldn't do it anymore. In my mind, I think that the best thing we can do is how can we lower the risk next year? What are the new ideas that we can implement to lower the risk and have a better event? I've heard some input during my ward meeting, actually, some things I would never think of, the afterflow of the cars going to specific streets that have long paths so they can just speed up and cause noise and other speeding. So I'm taking everything into, taking notes, and I plan to provide that for our team. But it doesn't mean that they did not work their butts off. I mean, if you were there, you can see our police staged in different places. We had drones out there. We really tried our hardest to make this a good event, and it was a good event until this situation. So I can tell you that we are going to work hard on lowering the risk of anything else happening and hope to have a good scoop next year. Another thing that I wanted to put this out there. I'm looking for support from our aldermen, hopefully our administration as well. When we give citations, sometimes, so that what it means is that certain people have to go to the courts next door, Lake County. I want to propose, and we'll be working on this, but I want to say publicly, that we do an ordinance where we fine people we can look at the categories, but we can find the people so they don't have to, no longer have to go to the court, Lake County Court. They can come here and see our judge, and they can face some of the repercussions for their actions. It could be loitering, it could be peeing in public spaces, but now they'll be fined, and they would have to see a municipal judge. Hopefully I can get your support for this. I think it would benefit our community to have something like this. That's it. Thank you.
Alderman Newsom.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I just wanted to thank the council for passing the water rebate for seniors again, and I wanted to touch briefly on that. We did talk about it in committee, but I've had quite a few questions on how it's going to go. So the water account will be credited. Your water account will be credited, and it is according to the minimal usage, and that is 0 to 3,000 gallons per month. And it is for residents, your primary residents in good standing may make the application for the rebate. The water and sewer account associated with the rebate must be in good standing at the time of application. Customers with past due accounts or those on a payment plan shall not qualify for the program. The homeowner must provide a copy of their current property tax bill associated with the rebate as having one of the following property tax exemptions from their current property tax year. You must have a senior homestead exemption, senior citizens assessment freeze, returning veterans exemption, homestead exemption for disabled persons, disabled veterans, standard homestead exemption, or disabled veterans exemption. The rebate will be calculated as a 50% rebate on your water bill. And the applications will be taken starting September 1st through October 31st of this year. But it will be on your water bill account for last year, January 1 through December 31, 2025. And that's what we'll calculate your rebate on. And like I said, the applications can be found online, but they also can be found, you can get a paper copy downstairs on the first floor where you pay your water bill. So you can do that at that time. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, 847-390-2691, or you can contact the Finance Department at 847-599-2540. And also, I wanted to thank the Finance Director, Juan Garcia, for working with me on this, getting this reinstated, and the Mayor. Thank you so much, Mayor. On another item, our piping plovers, the birds that we have on the lakefront, Pepper and Blazed hatched 2 new chicks at the Waukegan Beach today. So I wanted to add that. Thank you, that's all I have.
Alderman Turner.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, so in the 6th Ward, I'm happy to report that 2026-2027 road program has begun. They're out marking the streets now for resurfacing, and that includes Hickory, Western, Jackson, Pacific, Atlantic, and Keith. And this is the roads resurfacing program. Additionally, we are doing our sidewalks in the 6th Ward. I don't have a specific count or location on those, but we are running the sidewalk program as well. We did wrap up or finish up the water main replacement along Glen Flora between Western and North Avenue and between North Avenue and Greenwood. That's completed. The road has been, well, it's been resurfaced. Not the entire road, but the area of construction has been smoothed out. It's beautiful. Also, at the intersection of Chestnut and Glen Flora, right by the Dollar General store, Chestnut is one-way street north, but a lot of people were cutting off of Glen Flora headed south, traveling the wrong way on a one-way street. So working with the engineer, Edwin, and director, Chris, we put up additional signage, lights, and road markings to narrow the lanes so it's very clear it's a one-way street headed north, and we hope that that will reduce it. I haven't had any, since it's been done, I haven't had any complaints from over there, but we'll see. Another reminder about putting grass clippings in the street. Grass clippings are extremely dangerous for bicyclists and motorcyclists, of which I am one. And we do, I know they're not supposed to, but we got a lot of kids riding mini bikes and electric bikes. They should be doing it, but they are doing it. But let's not make it even more dangerous than it already is. Please do not put your grass clippings and in the fall, your leaves, don't rake those into the street. And then again, that stuff also washes down into the storm sewer system and causes backup and flooding, okay? On Saturday, I had my ward meeting, and it's pretty good. I'm always amazed because at first there's just a handful of people, very few people, and then I start talking. The next thing I look around, there's a bunch of people over there, including Mayor Sam. Thanks for coming out. And we had a teaser for upcoming ice cream social. But I want to thank the mayor and I thank all the residents who came out and their input, feedback, and exchange in that. So, okay. Upcoming, well, before we get to that, let me just also another reminder when you're walking your dog. First of all, dogs should always have a collar. Never know when there's going to be an incident where you need to take the control and break up a dog fight or something. And when you're walking your dog, you should be on a leash. I saw a young puppy, a young couple walking a young puppy, probably weeks old, yesterday without a leash. And you never know, you might know your dog, but you don't know what other dogs are doing or might do. So for safety's sake, keep your dog on a leash. And then finally, on August 22nd, I think we're going to do this one from, I think we said 12 to 4. I'm not sure. I'll give you the details. But on August 22nd, 6th Ward Annual Ice Cream Social will be held in the Glen Flora Schoolyard. And we'll have my favorite ice cream, of course, tacos and barbecue, and maybe a band. But anyway, all will be invited. That's open to the public. It's non-political, and it's just a good time. You know, and the way this started years ago was it was political. It was a fundraiser from one of my previous campaigns. But it had such a good time, just a great turnout. And then I thought, many of us, are so enraptured with politics all the time, all year long. Oh, politics, politics. And I said, well, what? And the fundraiser was great. It was people from all stripes. So I said, one day, one afternoon, we're just going to have ice cream and no politics. So everybody's welcome, except for that one lady. All right, that's what I got. Thank you all very much.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Thank you, Clerk. How you doing? Ward 7 is going to have a ward meeting in August. I'm still working on the date, and we're probably going to try to get Greenwood School again. We had it there before. It was a good place to talk to people, and it definitely had enough room for everyone to come and speak and talk. Again, I should know mid-August or the beginning of August on a date. They're still working with a couple people. Again, thanks to the city employees and the staff I talk to every day. They return my emails, return my phone calls, and thank you. I was at Scoop both nights. The police and fire did a fantastic job. Had several complaints from people who stated that some people looked a little underage and that a lot of people were smoking marijuana. And we need to keep an eye out next year to do it. I was down there, yeah, they were smoking a lot of marijuana down there. I don't smoke marijuana, so I definitely can smell it for years of being a police officer and everything. But yeah, there was a lot of drinking going on down there, and then there was also problems, no problems at all. A lot of places didn't have any problems, but overall, you know, it was a very good time, and I can see no reason to stop this, because for one person, and stop something that's been going on for years, that I had been at the original one when it first started, and I've always had my cars in Scoop the Loop. And for this one person, no, we will work harder, and then we'll continue to do what we can do to keep it going. Thank you.
Alderman Florian.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. In the 8th Ward, the road construction is going to be done on Oak Grove Road, which is through the business park off of Delaney and York House, and also the far end to me, of Southern Hill, or not Southern, Augusta, which is the area where all the townhomes are and has so much traffic. So those are the two roads that'll be being done in the near future. The signs are going up. Please pay attention to the no parking. I've asked them to be mindful of garbage day where the condos are, because garbage day is always a hassle anyway, because there's so many garbage cans and recycling bins down there. So just be patient. Hopefully it will go quickly and there won't be too many problems for people. Another construction project in the 8th Ward is a stoplight at Northern and Sunset. It's kind of on the border of Alderman Newsom and my ward there. That's going to be starting here soon, and I'm told it'll take about a month for that to be completed. So be aware that area may be a little tricky to navigate over the course of the next month. I want to add to what the mayor said about Marty Wozniak. Him and his wife have been friends of mine for decades, and he will be missed. I especially appreciated his work on cleaning up the Amstuts. I'm wondering if there's something we could maybe do to put some kind of remembrance on the Amstuts for him, in honor of, in memory of, you know, since he did champion that road. I've seen those in other places, and you know, for different things. So anyway, it's just a thought. Maybe it's something we should look into doing to honor his commitment to keeping that road clean. I want to mention the wildfires. I'm half Canadian. I'm a little annoyed that people are blaming the Canadians for the fires. I don't think they want the fires any more than we do. Probably less than we do, since they're the ones dealing with the actual fire. Obviously, the smoke and stuff is very irritating, and I feel so bad for anyone that has breathing conditions. Actually, all of us. The air has been so unhealthy. But you know, I don't believe that putting more tariffs on Canada is suddenly going to make the fires and the smoke go away, but that's just me. Anyway, stay safe, pay attention to the air quality alerts. It's been very, very high. Like 300 is dangerous, and last Thursday we were over 700. So, and those particles are very, very small. They get all the way down deep into your lungs, and it's very hard for your body to purge them. So, I ran across, I frequently talk about The Week, the magazine I read every week. They had a blurb in here about ICE and some of the costs to the communities and the economy. It says that ICE operations cost the U.S. economy at least 600,068 jobs, 668,000 jobs across 86 cities in the first 9 months of 2025. After a crackdown was announced in Los Angeles last May, spending in immigrant neighborhoods fell by at least 20% over the next 2 months, costing the region's economy an estimated $625 million. Not to mention the people that have been killed in the process of ICE doing their job, quote unquote, but these are some real numbers about what this campaign, if you will call it that, is doing to our economy and to the United States in general. Anyway, I just wanted people to be aware of what that's looking like. Recently, I had a conversation with the other city attorney, Mr. Castaldo, about our ethics and changing some of the ethic requirements. And one of them we talked about was limiting donations to campaigns by people who want to do business with the city. And Aurora recently, the city of Aurora in Illinois, recently passed an ethics package that limits people who have done business with the city from donating over $1,500 to candidates for city office or to a city elected official during a single year. I think that's a great idea. It eliminates the possibility of any notion of pay to play. It's interesting, the mayor of Aurora was the one who championed this. He made it one of his campaign promises. It's a big win to make this marginal change, he said. We've taken a step to limit the influence from city contractors on the competitive bidding process. So it's just something I think we should definitely consider doing here. And lastly, I just want to make a little comment about Scoop. I've looked at the amount of money we spent on it. I mean, we spent $10,000 just to clean up afterwards, which I will say they did a great job. I rode down Sunday morning and you could not even tell there had been a party. And I understand people's desire to keep the festival. I just think it's interesting. My husband and I were talking about it after the incident Friday night and Saturday. And it basically is an event that encourages drinking and driving. I mean, we're encouraging driving and we're encouraging drinking and apparently smoking weed from what people have said. Maybe we just change some of the parameters around it. Maybe it's more of a car show instead of a driving event, or I don't know. I just think we need to do something. I get really annoyed when these types of things happen and then people, well, it's Waukegan. That's what you have to expect because it's Waukegan. We have a reputation we do not deserve. I believe that our first responders did everything they could to keep the event safe. People just are idiots sometimes, let's be honest. But I do think there should be some conversation about what we can do to make it a fun event, but also safe and something families can feel comfortable bringing their children to. So, thank you.
Alderman Hayes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, two points I want to raise tonight. One is, thank you for the comments about Vista Hospital during audience time. It is much appreciated. It is really helpful to get a firsthand account of what you saw and what you experienced there. So thank you for that. Although I think we can all agree that the hospital is struggling. I don't believe that's in dispute. I have received numerous emails. People have come up during audience time. You guys have all received phone calls, and everybody is sounding the alarm on what happens if Waukegan loses its hospital. I think people generally understand that the city council cannot do much about that, but that's not a good enough answer for people, and I understand that. It's frustrating when we don't have a solution to this enormous problem. So I'm going to make a recommendation. I don't know how it's going to land, and I don't even know if it's possible. But if we can't control what the owners of Vista are doing, what can we control? Perhaps we can create an environment where we have alternative options. Maybe that looks like where we can attract alternative medical facilities. Maybe it's not a full-blown hospital, but it could be a freestanding emergency room. It could be a birthing center and a surgical center or ambulatory surgical center, an urgent care facility. I know we already have one or two in the city, but I'm wondering if the city can create, I'm going to say backup plan. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but maybe we can do that by offering tax incentives to attract investors or business owners or nationwide companies that want to come here. If there's city-owned land that's not being used, is there a way that we could sell it at a discount? Like I said, TIF opportunities, a reduction in permitting fees, anything we can do to streamline the process to show people that we are serious about attracting medical care facilities here in the city. I'm open to any ideas. If people have a good reason to shoot that down, I'm open to that as well. But we got to do something. We have to at least try. So I don't necessarily know what the first step is, but perhaps it's talking with zoning, perhaps it's talking with the building department, perhaps it's talking with marketing, or it's just the aldermen getting together. But continue to solicit ideas from everybody in your ward. I don't think at this point any idea is a bad idea. And similar to the discussion tonight about the cars, the Tahoes, and reusing police cars, I just think that when we have a problem, we should at least try to propose a solution. Maybe it's not a good solution, but at least something's on the table for discussion. So if there's a way that we could perhaps relax our zoning requirements for the development of some sort of medical facility, or like I said, permitting fees, tax incentives, sales tax incentives, real estate tax incentives, all of those things, I think everything should be on the table. Also, I haven't heard this discussed in a while, but I don't think that we should forget that the coal ash ponds on the lakefront are a ticking time bomb. And I would, one of two things can happen. I would invite somebody from City Hall, our resident expert, to just give us an update on where things stand on the litigation, legislation, lobbying efforts. I know people are working on this, but I could use an update or a refresher on where we're at. I think the public could use it as well. Alternatively, I'm happy to work with somebody within the city or our lobbying group or our attorneys to come up with an update, and then I'm happy to deliver the update. But either way, I think we should not forget that that is out there. It's terrifying, and we should kind of bring it back up, discuss it, see what we can do. So I think the first place to start with that is just an update so we all get a refresher and we're all up to speed on where things stand. That's all I have. Thank you.
Alderman Bolton.
Yes, I want to thank our department heads, our police, our fire, our first responders. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the council, thank our constituents for constantly reaching out to me. And I want to echo what Alderman Guzman says. 10th Street, if you go down it, especially for the first ward, it is a lot quieter than usual, especially in the past. There's less crime, the streets are better. I'm just looking forward for businesses to come into the ward. So I just want to thank you all, and that's all I have.
Real quick, Madam Clerk. Mayor, if there was ever a time to shut me down, that was it right there. I wasn't at the last meeting, and here I am recommending that we get a coal ash update, and I look like a bonehead. So I missed it. I'll watch the next meeting. I was on vacation with my family, but.
No, I was You were in a row, so
You were
let's-
nodding.
I
You were
know.
nodding like it was a good idea.
It is a good idea. It still is.
I
but-
apologize for everyone who had to sit
No.
through the last 2 minutes. Commissioner Lindsay and Director Kisher-Lepper were laughing at me, so sorry, everybody.
Well, I forgot to. Okay, item 9 is done. Item 10, close executive session. Motion by Alderman Turner, second by Alderman Felix. Motion to enter to a closed session in accordance with Illinois Open Meetings Act 5 ILC 120/2, parentheses Cs 5, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of public body, including meetings held in the purpose of discussion with a particular parcel should be required. Hey, hey. We're not over yet, folks. There's a motion on the floor. Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner. Donnerworth. Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passed, sir.
Motion's passed. Yes, 9:05.
Does anyone need to talk to me? If anyone's leaving, if they need to talk to me, please let me know.
let's go. Aye. Oh, reconvene.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez. Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner. Donnerworth. Florian.
Aye.
Hayes. Bolton.
Aye.
Okay.
Motion by Alderman Donnerworth, second by Alderman Martinez to adjourn. Roll call, please.
Oh, it's all together.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.